Hi, ladies and gentlemen, good day. Today we go to 1, 2, 3, 4. We go to the fourth sitter of our 7 classics in faith philosophy. Now this time the sister itself, it comes back to some characteristic of the I Ching, some characteristic of the I Ching, which means it is more philosophical in a sense, but less difficult. Because I Ching is a product of Chun Shou and Zhanguo, which is around Zhou dynasty, later half of Zhou dynasty, which is even a former period. So when people go to Qing dynasty and the Han dynasty, our culture has developed quite a lot, and so the wordings, the expression, the sentence, they are more elaborated, and they will carry more detailed explanation was what the writer want to say. So today it is another classic called Huainanzi. This classic was written early Han Dynasty. It was submitted to Han Wudi, which is the fourth emperor of Han Dynasty, and then for advising him how to understand the skies, the ground, and how people can work with the sky and the ground to maintain good lives. So it is but it is written in philosophical things. It refers nothing to history, but it refers to some understanding of what the nature is. For example, in their upper section, they have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. All these tell you about the nature. They talk about what is Tao. They tell you what is the climate, what's the weather, what's the meaning of times, etc. and etc. So this kind of thing will tell you very details about what they understand by nature. For example, I give you one example. Every time, give you 1 or 2 examples so that you can appreciate what's written in the book. And if you have time, then you can refer to the book. It's written by Simon Suji, 一个洪理惠教授，侯德惠 professor. This book is well written. Now, for example, they talk about the skies. They have a sentence. They say, sky and the ground, they have developed, and they carry the characteristic of yin, yang, the light and the dark, the heat and the cold, yin, yang. And then they say, what is the light come from? It come from the dark. What's the dark come from? It comes from the light. So it means that there's a circular relationship, or there's a very, very high correlation between light and the dark. That's because of this light and the dark, this heat and coldness, this hard and softness, for example, etc. These two different concepts, they can complement and supplement each other, so that there are a lot of other things derived from them, just like derivatives derived from the yin-yang. After having all these matters, substances, people, matters, for example, and it expand and become the fourth direction, east, south, west, north. These four directions, and with all the substances, all the matters, all the materials, all carry the characteristic of yin and yang. Sometimes you have more yin, more darkness, less light. Sometimes more light, less darkness. Sometimes the substances are harder, but they still carry some soft substances. Sometimes you have sulfur and hard substances, etc. and etc. Therefore, it means that they already bring to the introduction to you, telling you, going in depth about what the nature is. What the nature is. So it's a philosophical book going into more detail about the nature. And then in the coming next chapter, I introduce another book shortly written after this Huainanzi. He tell you how people can integrate with the sky and the ground by making use of all the former concepts. 易经、吕氏春秋、Huainanzi, all this they consolidate into the one classics, and then it lay the very foundation of the people, sky and ground integration theory in Chinese mentality. So I'll introduce you in detail more next time, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming and watching. Thank you.